Good morning. Welcome again to Morning Devotions, and thank you again so much for our time together. It's going to be a great set of revival nights this week as we're dealing with the awe of God. If you're sick in your body, come. If you need to get your life right with God, come. There's just been tremendous outpourings of the presence of God here at Cathedral of Praise, and we're just thankful to God for sending revival. I'd like us to come back to the book of John chapter 15 and John chapter 16 today. There's a little verse that comes out several times. In chapter 16, verse 1, it says, "All this I have told you, so that you will not go astray." All this I have told you, so you will not go astray. Now, think back to all the things that we have read in John chapter 14 as he comforted his disciples, he's washed his disciples' feet, he's predicted his betrayal, he's talked about Peter's denial, he promises the outpouring of the Holy Spirit, he talks about the vine and the branches. And then he closes out chapter 15 talking about how the world hated him and the world is going to hate you. If the world hates you, keep in mind that it hated me first. If you belonged to the world, it would love you. As it is, you do not belong to the world, but I have chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you. And he said, listen, I've told you these things so that you will not go astray. Now, many Christians go astray these days because they want to engage the culture. And by that, they don't mean change the culture. They mean get engaged with it, like a man and a woman getting engaged almost. They don't look at it like that, but that's what it amounts to. Now, young people, please listen to me. There are some careers that I tell businessmen they can't get involved in. There are some business opportunities I tell businessmen you can't get involved in because as a Christian you cannot do what would be necessary to be successful in that business or that career. In the same way, young people, there are lifestyles that, forgive me, as a Christian you just don't get involved in. Any lifestyle that requires popularity of the world is not going to be a lifestyle for a Christian. I'm sorry. I know young people, you don't want to hear that. But Jesus said, if the world hates you, keep in mind, it hated me first. If you belong to the world, it would love you as its own. As it is, you don't belong to the world, but I've chosen you out of the world. That is why the world hates you. Young people, the world is going to hate you. Please, as a Christian, never think that you're going to make it in a beauty pageant. You won't. I'm sorry. You just won't do what you need to win the beauty pageant. Never think that you're going to make it as a television personality or a radio personality. Please forgive me. Young ladies, young men, you won't do what is necessary to be a part of that lifestyle. You won't wear what is necessary to be successful in that lifestyle. You won't say, you won't do the parts that is necessary to be successful in that lifestyle. The world is going to hate you. Now, you find a Christian who starts to get involved in that lifestyle, and you look at some of the young people today that used to be Christians, Miley Cyrus, Katy Perry. These once were Christians with good families. Katy Perry's parents are wonderful pastors. When the world gets a hold of a Christian, it determines to destroy that person. The world will not require of its own what it will require of a Christian trying to be accepted by them, because they hate you. Let me say that again. The world will not even require of its own what they will require of a Christian to prove themselves to them, that they will require of their own. Now, young people, please, the world is going to hate you. Now, if you could just understand this and accept this and realize, if I'm a Christian on my way to heaven, the world is going to hate me because I don't belong to the world. The world is going to hate me because I belong to Christ. That's okay. Jesus taught me this so I would not go astray. Jesus taught me this so I would not go astray. Jesus taught me this so I will not go astray. Young people, forget trying to be popular with the world and just make sure that you live a life that pleases God.